Hello, Smart Life is back. We had some activities that caused that we had a delay for some weeks, but now we're back in full force. And to continue with the learning experience that we had, today I want to specifically talk about learning, because this is what we are doing. And all these videos that are being posted, it's about learning. And how do we learn? What is it that makes us learn things to better ourselves, to be able to be more successful? The first way that we learn is by way of reading. Now we can read books, we can read articles, or we can read notices. We can read these articles and notices on computers and on smartphones and on any other means, but it's about reading. It's about the letters that we read. It's about the knowledge, the unsaturated knowledge that we can gain from reading. But we need to remember what we read as well, because we can't just read. When we read and read and read, we don't remember. We're not learning, we're not studying. And there are things that you read that you want to remember. And how do you do that? You do that with something that I call spaced repetition. That is when you read something and you let it go for a while and you read it again, you let it go for a while and you read it again. And you repeat this process for a week or a couple of weeks, and then that knowledge just seeps into your mind and it goes into your memory and you remember it. And that's how you remember how to learn, by means of reading. The second way of learning is by means of observation, where you can either look or hear or feel. But the observation is about someone else demonstrating something for you, and then you observe how it's being done, or you listen about that, or you feel about that, and then you learn by that. But even when you look, when you listen, when you feel, the learning experience is not complete. You have to look again. If you look at a video, whether you listen to a tape, whether you feel something how it's done, you have to repeat it and repeat it so that the learning experience becomes internalized and you learn how to do that. Again, I want to use this term, spaced repetition. Spaced repetition. Look or learn, look and learn, look and learn. And this way you internalize the knowledge, you internalize the skills. You will be able to perform that. And then the third and final way that we learn is by experiencing. Now some people, they just want to experience doing the things. They don't want to learn from other people's experience. It's not always a nice thing. If you know that's the wrong way to go about it, learn from other people's experience. Don't go that way. But you also have to experience, because whether you read it in the book and you've seen how it's been done, you also need to experience it. You have to practice it. And you have to practice it more than once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Spaced repetition again. You cannot learn anything by just reading about it, looking at it, trying to do it once. If you want to do something proper, you have to practice it. And if you want to do it really to the level of excellence, you have to practice it many times. And practice means spaced repetition. You do it, let it lie down for a while, do it again, and so you go into the cycle where you perfect the technique to do that. And that is what makes a difference between mediocre people and successful people, is to learn things properly, to practice them, and to develop that skill into the level of perfection. And from there, you are very successful. And that is what I'm trying to teach you in the Smart Life. I'm trying to give you these skills so that you can become extremely successful, so that you can stand out amongst a group of people where you are.